Welcome back to The Life with the Browns. The courtroom is electric, packed wall to wall, every eye fixed on the Browns. Papers tower like silent witnesses to years of buried secrets, and the judge's gavel hovers, ready to strike. A low hum snakes through the gallery, one question pounding in everyone's mind. Who's lying, and who will crumble under oath? This isn't just a fight for truth. It's a fight for survival. It begins with the sterile buzz of fluorescent lights, the soft shuffle of shoes on marble floors. But stillness is a lie. Tension thrums through the air, a low drumbeat echoing in every corner as the bailiff swings open the doors. Christine walks in first, her chin lifted, eyes scanning, calculating, every step deliberate, like she's been rehearsing this moment for months. Janelle follows, shoulders tight, anger tucked beneath control, hurt simmering just beneath the surface. Meri lingers at the doorway, hesitant, carrying ghosts she refuses to set down. Then the doors swing again. Robyn clings to Kody's arm, panic veiled in forced elegance. Kody strides forward, chest puffed, cufflink adjusted, but sweat betrays his calm. Cameras flash. Pencils scratch. The judge enters, an unshakable pillar of authority, and with a nod, the gavel strikes. Court is in session. This case isn't about petty family squabbles. It's about betrayal, manipulation, and what truly happened behind closed doors. Allegations of embezzlement, mismanagement of funds, emotional abuse, contested wills, each word lands like a hammer on fragile trust. Christine rises, calm but edged with fire. Years of questions unanswered, receipts ignored, promises broken. She lays down evidence, numbers, transactions, patterns, proof that the balance of power was quietly stolen, layer by layer. The courtroom holds its breath. Kody protests. Robyn gasps. But Christine's voice cuts through, steady, unstoppable. It wasn't just money. It was control. Silence was their weapon, unity a lie. The gavel pounds. Tension crashes around them. Every eye watches the unraveling. Every secret exposed pushes the family closer to a breaking point. And in this room, the truth is heavier than money, heavier than words. It's betrayal crystallized, finally visible for the world to see. It began with the bank statements. Every month, I watched the household account like a hawk. I built the spreadsheets tracking groceries, utilities, mortgages, numbers etched into my memory like the names of my own children. But then one month, $5,200 vanished. Just gone, I asked Kody. Processing error, he said. Next month, another $3,800, then $11,000. I went straight to the bank myself. I pull a folder from my bag, bulging and frayed. The courtroom falls silent as I open it. The bank explained. These transfers were internal, approved by someone with complete access. Two names alone, Kody and Robyn. Robyn shrinks in her seat. Kody's jaw tightens. I confronted them. They dismissed me, told me I was paranoid. I believed them until tuition payments started bouncing. My children were denied admissions. And yet Robyn's kids had tablets, backpacks, tutors, all new, all on our shared money. I dig into the folder again, producing a printed email chain. A mistaken reply from the estate lawyer, a document not meant for me, exposed it all. Robyn C. Holdings, monthly contributions, every transfer siphoned from our account. The courtroom gasps, but I press on. I hired a forensic accountant, secretly, from my own pay. He tracked every transaction. Credit cards, jewelry, trips, insurance premiums, all family money spent without permission. This room is no longer a courtroom, it's a confessional. The audience holds its breath. The judge leans forward. Can you document these as unauthorized? I nod. Yes, and the fraud went beyond finances. I click the remote. A screen flares to life at the back. Security footage from Robyn's home. Unbeknownst to her, it backed up to the cloud. The screen shows Kody entering late at night, papers in hand. Robyn greets him. They sign something privately. I freeze the video. All contracts about money, I say, had to be discussed as a group. They signed in secret. They were rewriting our lives while we put our kids to bed. Robyn stands panicked. That's a lie. We were signing a birthday card. The judge slams the gavel. Sit down, Mrs. Brown, you'll have your turn. I continue, voice breaking but eyes fixed. That evening, $27,000 was transferred into Robyn's Las Vegas property account. 3 days later, Kody emailed, cancel the family vacation. Budget issues. The courtroom freezes. Robyn covers her mouth. Kody's fingers tighten on the table. But what destroyed me, I continue, voice trembling but strong, wasn't the money. It was the betrayal, the gaslighting. I was called crazy, dramatic, paranoid. I only wanted the truth. I glance at Christine. You weren't alone. I was too afraid to step forward. Until now. Tears glimmer in her eyes. Bridges, once burned by betrayal, are slowly reconstructed here, one truth at a time. The judge asks, do you have final proof? I hand the clerk a thick envelope. Texts between Kody and Robyn spanning 18 months. One reads, once it's all in your name, we won't need their approval. Another, don't worry. I nod. I read it all. And I'm not stopping now. The room reacts, the tension palpable yet fragile. Kody stands defensive. You don't understand the pressure. Robyn shrieks. The judge pounds the gavel 3 times. Silence barely contained. Christine yells, we didn't turn on you. We opened our eyes. Meri, long silent, finally speaks. He told me not to trust any of you. Said you were out to destroy the family. Janelle spins. Christine nods. Me too. All eyes now on Kody, cornered, collapsing under the weight of years he thought hidden. The judge calls a 1-hour recess. But Meri rises before anyone moves. She walks to the edge of the courtroom, voice low but heavy, deliberate. Everything you've heard is true, but it's not the whole story. Every eye fixes on her. I kept quiet to save a family that wasn't saving me. I stood for people who didn't stand for me. I smiled for photographers while bleeding inside. Her voice gains power, authority born from endurance. You know about the money, the lies. I won't repeat them. What I will tell you, I overheard a conversation between Kody and Robyn 3 years ago. The courtroom holds its breath. Silence stretches, taut, electric. And in that pause, the storm waiting to erupt begins to show its first cracks. They were in the kitchen, voices low, almost conspiratorial. At first, I thought it was about Robyn's health insurance, but then I heard my name. Every word hit me like ice. Kody said, and I quote, Meri doesn't need to know. She's already halfway out. Let her fade quietly. I closed my eyes, heart pounding, frozen in the hallway, waiting for Robyn to object. She didn't. Instead, she laughed. Softly, fearfully. She said she wouldn't cause problems. And in that instant, the walls of my world cracked. This trial wasn't about money anymore. It was about dignity, stripped away and clawed back piece by piece. My voice steadies as I continue, gripping the witness stand as though it anchors me to reality. I didn't speak that night. I told myself I'd imagined it. But a week later, I was removed from all estate planning emails. No explanation, no warning, just erased. I push a printed email across the table. The courtroom leans in. Kody said it was a glitch. I wanted to believe him. I needed to. Belonging came at a price, and that price was silence. A month later, Robyn appeared at my kitchen table. Cupcakes in hand, smiles plastered over intentions I didn't yet understand. She told me I ought to step back, suggested I find my own way. I didn't realize then. Her softness was calculated, a gentle push to my removal so it wouldn't feel like force. Kody averted his gaze. Christine's face betrays shock. Janelle's turns hard, unreadable. 2 weeks later, the estate attorney sent a formal notice, my name withdrawn from the secondary trust account. No call, no discussion, just a letter. The signature on the authorization? Not mine. The courtroom erupts in whispers. The judge pounds the gavel. Order! Robyn clutches her lips. Kody grips the table edge. Handwriting confirmed. Forgery. My gaze lands on Kody. You always said you wanted to protect us. What you wanted was control. And Robyn, you were complicit. Robyn trembles. I never signed anything in your name. She protests. So why? I cut in, voice sharp as a blade. Did emails from you go to the estate lawyer pushing for me to leave quietly? Why call me days before the letter, inquiring if I'd moved on? Silence. The room tightens around my words. You hoped I'd vanish without a fight. The judge peers over his glasses. Do you have these emails? I nod. Submitted this morning, Your Honor. He flips through the folder, expression darkening. If authentic, this is serious. My shoulders remain tight, hands steady. I'm not here to punish. I'm here to stop being punished for existing, for loving people who never loved me back, for showing up day after day to a system that treated me like a guest in my own family. I turn to Christine and Janelle. I should have stood with you sooner, but I was scared. In that moment, I am no longer a witness. I am the eye of the storm. Even the quietest can carry thunder. Christine sobs. Janelle bows her head. Kody's face tightens, exhausted. Robyn sits in her own tears, silent. The judge calls a brief recess to process this evidence. I don't move. One final document remains, a voice memo from Kody intended for Robyn. Meri's been dragging us down for years. I don't care what she needs anymore. We'll just close the door quietly. Gasps ripple through the courtroom. Christine covers her mouth. Janelle looks away. After recess, Kody ascends the stand, shoulders squared, jaw clenched, but the confidence is gone. The whispers start. Questions about RNC Holdings begin. Kody shifts, smile tight, eyes wary. The first cracks have appeared, and this is only the beginning. The lawyer leans forward, voice steady but sharp. So, Mr. Brown? Not without intent. That's a yes, correct? The smile drains from Kody's face. That's a qualified yes. And in that instant, the courtroom witnesses something subtle but seismic. Kody Brown is beginning to fracture. Not in body, but in narrative. The myth he has clung to for decades begins to unravel, thread by thread, with every vague, evasive answer. The attorney presses, circling like a predator. You've seen the financial logs. You've heard the testimonies of Christine, Janelle, and Meri. You've reviewed the email evidence. And yet you're still standing by your assertion that you acted in good faith? Kody bristles, jaw clenched. I acted in the best interest of my family. The lawyer doesn't blink. Which family? Because based on the logs, only one home, Robyn's, ever had steady funding after the formation of RNC Holdings. The room stiffens. Kody hesitates, then mutters, Robyn's case was different. The lawyer pounces. Different? Or privileged? Kody flinches. She had smaller children, medical needs. The others were self-sufficient. The attorney doesn't let go. So, you admit you funneled shared money to one wife while withholding vital resources from the others. That's not what I'm saying. Kody snaps, eyes blazing. The judge raises a hand. Answer the question, Mr. Brown. Kody exhales violently, but the attorney is already sliding another document across the table. These are personal expenditures. Diamond jewelry, spa treatments, travel, all paid directly from the RNC account. None approved, none signed by the other wives. Can you explain that? Kody sneers. I don't monitor every transaction. The lawyer doesn't miss a beat. Even the one for a spa weekend package dated just 2 days after Christine served her separation notice. The courtroom gasps. Kody's mouth opens, then shuts again. Robyn's eyes dart frantically between her husband and the lawyer. The attorney steps aside. The lights dim, and a large screen comes to life. 2 signatures side by side. One, Meri's authentic. The other, the one used to erase her from the estate account. You deny forging this? Absolutely, Kody fires back. So who did? I don't know. The lawyer's tone sharpens. Strange. Because the same attorney who processed this change received instructions from Robyn's email the very day before. Coincidence? Kody doesn't answer. Is it also a coincidence, the lawyer continues, that the pen pressure and direction in this forgery match your DMV signature? The gallery leans forward in collective suspense. Kody squirms. His charisma, his practiced bravado, none of it shields him from cold evidence. If you think I forged it, arrest me, Kody spits. This isn't a criminal trial, the lawyer responds coldly. But if it were, you'd already be in trouble. Kody stares straight ahead, but he no longer looks like the man who once commanded 4 wives under the banner of spiritual unity. He looks like just another man whose power is slipping away. The lawyer presses further. Several witnesses testified that you used isolation, gaslighting, and emotional withholding to keep control. Do you dispute this? I love them all, Kody insists. They just didn't appreciate the decisions I had to make. The lawyer doesn't blink. Did those decisions involve telling Meri she was dead weight? Kody chuckles darkly. That was a flash of anger. Did those decisions include warning Christine that if she kept asking about finances, she'd lose her inheritance? That's not what I said. Then what did you say? I told her she was making it hard. Hard because she asked where the money was going? Yes. So you admit that questioning your fiscal choices resulted in threats of exclusion? No, I didn't. Yes or no, Mr. Brown? Kody slams his fist against the witness box. You're twisting everything. The judge's gavel cracks like thunder. One more outburst and you'll be held in contempt. Kody throws up his hands. Fine, yes. I told them things they didn't want to hear because they couldn't handle the truth. His voice echoes through the chamber. He whirls toward the gallery. None of them wanted responsibility. They just wanted to smile and spend and blame me when it all got hard. Christine rises to her feet, shouting, "That's a lie!" The judge's gavel slams again. Order. Janelle sits motionless, face carved from stone. Meri doesn't flinch. The courtroom has seen enough. The attorney steps forward, final blow poised. Do you regret the way you managed this family? Kody leans back, eyes bitter, voice dry. I regret ever thinking it would work. And in that moment, the sound of illusion breaking is louder than any gavel. The myth has shattered. The judge calls for a recess. Kody stumbles from the stand, jaw tight, eyes wild. He doesn't look at Robyn. He doesn't look at anyone. Robyn reaches for him, desperate, but he doesn't take her hand. Silence blankets the room. But silence never lasts long here. The judge clears his throat. Before we adjourn, we have one more evidentiary presentation. From a surprise witness. Gasps ripple. The doors swing open. A man in a gray suit enters, rolling a heavy box marked confidential, Brown Estate audit files. He approaches the clerk, hands over a sealed envelope, and announces, "My name is David L. Harris, forensic accountant. I was retained independently to audit RNC Holdings 2 years ago." The judge narrows his eyes. By whom? Harris glances at the box. A client who wished to remain secret until the right time. His hand drums across the lid. This box is full of files, and within it are records of multiple shell accounts tied not only to RNC Holdings, but to another name. He slides a slip of paper to the judge. The judge reads, pauses, and his face shifts. This court will reconvene tomorrow morning. All parties are ordered not to leave the county. Kody goes pale. Robyn grips his arm, whispering frantically. Christine leans toward Janelle. Who else is named? Janelle whispers back, her voice low, trembling. I don't know, but her eyes betray fear. Because everyone in the room knows, this box doesn't just contain papers. It holds land deeds, offshore accounts, and a name no one ever expected to see. The next morning, the box sits on the evidence table like a coffin of secrets, heavy with the power to bury legacies and resurrect the dead. The judge strikes his gavel. Court is in session. David Harris begins loading the projector, one page at a time. Dates, figures, wires routed through Cayman banks and Wyoming shells. Gasps echo at every slide. Over $312,000 siphoned from family funds in just 14 months, Harris states calmly. The judge leans forward. Were the other wives informed? No, Harris replies. Documents indicate only 2 names gave approval, Kody Brown and a cosigner. The room leans in as Harris clicks the next slide. A digital signature record flashes onto the screen. Kody's and another partially obscured. We verified it last night through blockchain tracing, Harris says. He clicks once more. The name sharpens into clarity. The courtroom gasps as one. Gwendolyn Brown. Gasps as one. Gwendolyn Brown. The courtroom is still. Silent. The only sound is the heavy tick of the clock above the judge's bench. Every eye is fixed on him as he lifts the ruling from the stack of files. His voice comes down slow, deliberate, and devastating. This court, having heard the evidence and reviewed the testimony, finds in favor of the plaintiffs, Christine Brown, Janelle Brown, and Meri Brown. Restitution in the amount of $1.2 million is hereby awarded. The words land like thunder. The gallery erupts into gasps and murmurs, a wave of disbelief rolling across the room. Christine closes her eyes and exhales, her hand reaching for Janelle's. Janelle grips it tight, her face carved in stone, but her eyes shimmer with tears she refuses to shed here. Not now. Beside them, Meri finally bows her head, shoulders shaking once, not with weakness, but with release. For years, she had been dismissed as the forgotten wife. Today, she is vindicated. On the other side of the aisle, Kody Brown goes rigid. His hands grip the table so tightly the knuckles blanch white. He doesn't move, doesn't breathe, staring straight ahead as if frozen in disbelief. Robyn leans in, whispering urgently, clutching at his arm, but he jerks it away with a sharpness that betrays the storm brewing under his skin. The judge isn't finished. He adjusts his glasses, his tone sharp as a knife. Furthermore, the matter of fraudulent concealment and the alleged forgery tied to estate accounts is referred to the state attorney's office for criminal review. The courtroom explodes. The word criminal ricochets through the room like a gunshot. Reporters leap to their feet, cameras click furiously, phones are raised to capture history unfolding. Robyn gasps audibly, both hands flying to her mouth. Her face collapses as though the floor has dropped beneath her. Kody's jaw tightens, lips curling into a bitter sneer, but behind his eyes there is something new: fear. The noise rises to chaos until the judge slams the gavel 3 times. Order! Order in this court! The voices die, but the tension does not. It hangs in the air like smoke after a fire. From the plaintiff's table, Christine rises slowly. The courtroom watches. Her voice, clear and unwavering, cuts through the charged silence. We didn't come here for revenge. We came here for truth. Her words still the air. They hang suspended, undeniable. Janelle nods firmly, her expression one of grim triumph. Meri straightens, shoulders squared, her tear-streaked face transformed not by defeat but by strength. For years they had been silenced, sidelined, erased from the narrative Kody controlled. Today their voices are the narrative. Kody slams a palm against the table, the sound sharp as a gunshot. But no one flinches. No one cowers. Not anymore. The power he once wielded like a weapon is gone. The spell is broken. He is no longer a patriarch, no longer a leader. He is just a man, cornered, exposed, powerless. Robyn tries again, whispering his name, reaching desperately for his hand. But Kody doesn't look at her. He can't. His empire is crumbling in real time, and there is nothing left for him to hold on to. The gavel falls one last time. This court is adjourned. The room erupts again, reporters rushing toward the doors, their headlines already forming. Christine, Janelle, and Meri stand together. They don't rush. They don't falter. They walk out side by side, heads high, their freedom heavier and holier than any sum of money. The judgment wasn't just legal, it was spiritual. A severing of chains, years in the making. Behind them, Kody remains seated, hollow-eyed, his chest heaving with rage he cannot vent. Robyn presses her hands against her face, rocking in her seat, whispering prayers that go unanswered. The once unbreakable family, the empire of faith and unity, lies shattered at their feet. And yet, as the women push open the heavy courtroom doors into the blaze of daylight, another question lingers in the air. Was this truly the end of Kody Brown's reign? Or merely the prologue to an even darker reckoning? The world outside waits, cameras flashing, voices shouting, history recording every step. Inside, the silence returns, thick and suffocating, as Kody and Robyn remain behind, 2 figures drowning in the wreckage of their own making. The trial is over, but the storm has only just begun.